Hey guys, so on today's video I wanted to review for you the Real Techniques makeup brush washing palette. I bought this because I bought a previous one that was a bit too small. It was only about that big and it's not really going to cut it for some of my brushes that are enormous. So this is what the packet looks like, sort of size wise. It's still fairly small actually, it's smaller than I was expecting it to be. But it looks like it's still going to be a decent size. It's got this funny little sort of poppet thing on the back. So if we open it up and have a look. So this is what it looks like. It's got different sort of raised bits for different sized brushes apparently. It also comes with some soap. I think this is actually the same soap that I have got already, just a tube of it. You have to forgive my cat that's outside screaming at me to let him in. Okay, so this is basically what it looks like. On the reviews, people are holding it like this and sort of moaning that it's slippy. So I'm going to try it both ways, but I also saw a video of someone doing it by just putting it in the plug hole, which actually makes sense to me. So I'm going to try both ways. So this is all my brushes that I want to clean. I shall speed it up, don't worry, you don't need to watch it all. But I'll just show you an example first before I start speeding it up. So, if we just get some water on here and some soap on here, and then we'll go from there. We have to open it now. Yeah, this smells like the same as the one that I've got, which is quite pleasant actually. It's a nice smell, but not too overpowering, because I'm not a big fan of overpowering smells. So you basically just sort of put the soap and the water on the pad and you just sort of swish it about with the brush. They say that these bits are for bigger brushes and smaller, but really I just sort of swish it around on all of it. So that, you can see, it's doing quite a good job. The only problem is I don't know how you can use less soap, because you kind of need to rinse as you go. But I guess you wouldn't always be doing loads of brushes at the same time. But look how well that's done already. For me, my biggest problem is rinsing, so what I might do is just leave that to one side and then rinse separately. Because actually, I kind of understand what people are saying, it's slippy, but it's quite good with this holder as well. Let me try in the plug hole. Well, actually, I think the person previously sort of stuck it. Yeah, it does actually stick too, so I might try that way actually. One sec. I'm going to finish with that one. Shall try with the big one. So this, it's still quite small even for this giant. That sticking isn't really working. Oh, it's stuck, but for some reason it's still moving. Try it down the plug hole. That way it will keep still. See, it's still a little bit small for this giant brush, but this is like enormous by your average sort of standard. This is a normal foundation brush, or various normal foundation brushes, and this is this massive jumbo number. So it's, you know, quite hard to find one big enough to wash this in. But so it's still a little bit small for that, but it is getting the job done. Yeah, I think that's going to work for me. I shall wash through all my other brushes. I won't make you watch that, I'll just speed it up for you. But yeah, I think this is pretty good. It's £11 on Amazon, or £10 or £11. And it is, like I say, a little bit smaller than I was hoping it would be, but equally that's kind of good from a storage point of view. I think these things help aggravate when you're rinsing as well. Because like I say, my problem is that I don't like it when it's not fully rinsed. Like you think you've rinsed it, and then when it's dry, it sort of has a funny, sort of almost sticky feel to it. Anyway, so I shall speed up the rest of it and catch up with you at the end. Thank you. So I'm back with a conclusion. This is the palette as you saw earlier. It comes with these two, comes in the box with these two little things of gel cleanser. As I don't know if you could tell in the time lapse of me washing all my brushes, I ran out of this pretty quickly, but I was washing quite a lot of brushes to be fair. But I already actually had the Real Techniques brush washing cleanser stuff. I don't know what they actually call it, brush cleansing gel. Anyway, which I guess is the same stuff that was in here, brush cleansing gel. Yeah, so I just happened to have the same brand and the same stuff, and I quite like this. It smells quite well. I mean, it does have a smell to it, but it's not sort of a disgusting, overpowering smell. But I quite like in a way that it has a smell, because it means you can tell if you haven't really rinsed it enough. For me anyway, because if I can still smell it quite strongly and you can sort of feel that it's a bit like sort of tacky almost, then I need to rinse them again basically. I'm hoping, because I quite thoroughly rinsed them this time with this, like rubbing it on the actual thing as well. So I'm hoping that will help. I'll put a note in the description below if that isn't the case once they've dried, but they're currently out in the sunshine drying, so I'm hoping that that is the case. But I just wanted to show you sort of roughly the size of it. This is making it look quite big in comparison to my face, but it's really just sort of the size of the palm of your hand really, actually. And again, I don't know if you can tell in the video, I kind of changed the way I used it a few times. Like it's quite useful to be able to use it like that, but also it's quite slippy and you can't really get to it. I quite like putting this down the plug hole. That did work quite well, but again, then the water can't drain, so you're sort of continually like trying to move it. Plus also the way my plug hole works, you have to take the whole thing out if you want to put something down it, and that gives me the heebie-jeebies a bit, because it's a big hole that my brushes could then fall down. So yeah, I guess it'll just be a matter of getting used to it. Also, I think if you were just doing like one brush at a time, it wouldn't be such a problem. I think it was the fact that I was doing like a whole load of them at the same time. So it took a while to get through them all, and you know, like you kind of want to rub it on there with the soap and then rinse it, and then, you know, like you then have got to put more soap on for the next one, which it was a bit sort of tiresome. But like I say, normally I would only be washing really, actually that's a complete lie, normally I just wash them all in one go. So this is how it's going to be, but it probably only took like 10 minutes, so it's not exactly like it took forever. But I'm definitely pleased with it. The one that I previously got, that's also from Amazon, that I'll link below just in case you want this, is much smaller, so like a tiny really. I liked this one because it has the rubber like sort of thing inside, and also like a bar of soap essentially in there, so you're sort of supposed to like rub it in here and then in here, which does work if you've only got small brushes. But my brushes, I mean, they're all outside drying, but like my brushes are too big really for that whole situation. Plus also when you're standing over the sink, you're kind of, I don't even know how that's supposed to work, because you pour, like you get it wet and then you rub it in there, but then I don't know, you rub it in there and then you need to rinse it. I mean, it works with small brushes basically, but for me, most of my brushes are big, so I wanted something bigger, so that's why I went for this. I think this thing on the back is actually supposed to be a suction cup, according to the box says with suction cup. So I'm assuming, and previous videos I've watched of this, it does suck to it, and it kind of did, but it also slid around, so that kind of didn't really work for me. But I feel like it's just getting used to it basically and finding out a way that works for you, and depends on your sink and stuff like that. So yeah, all in all, I am pleased with my purchase. It was just over £10. From Real Techniques. I like their brushes anyway, and I like the cleansing gel, so it makes sense that they would do a decent one. Plus it feels nice and it looks nice. Also, I like the grey. I'm easily pleased by things being aesthetically pretty. So yeah, I'm pleased with it overall. So yeah, I shall link it below if you wanted to buy it. Also, if you've liked this video, then please like and subscribe. Also, if there's any other videos you want me to do, then please let me know. I am happy to accommodate. So yeah, thanks for listening. Bye.